Sis, come closer. Oh. Bia, Zomana. Come closer. Because today's story, it will make you lock your door. It will make you double check your lease and whisper, God forbid, under your breath. Wonders shall never end. Imagine renting out your home on Airbnb. Not to a stranger with bad vibes, not to a scammer with red flags, but you rented your home to a woman who says, please, my house caught fire. I just need somewhere to stay for a bit. Mbok, you helped her. Next thing you know, this woman refuses to leave. She claims tenant right. She locks you out of your own house. And the law tells you, sorry, this may take a while. My people, welcome to the DC squatter case. Yeah, this case happened in Washington, DC, a city with the most strongest tenancy, whatever in America. Tenancy protection. And you see all these protections, they were created to protect real tenants from abuse. Not fake tenants, not squatters. But in this case, Oluwa Miu, they were allegedly weaponized. Let's break it down carefully. This one is not gossip. This one is not exaggeration. Facts and lessons. Let's look into what happened in this this is squatter case. Wonders shall never end. Welcome back to Stand in Your Power. My name is Femi. This is the DC squatter case we are about to talk about. The homeowner, Rochain Douglas, rented out our Northeast DC property through this, Airbnb app that you all know, right? The guest, Shadija Romero. I hope I'm getting that name right. That is the squatter, the guest. So Romero booked this place in February 2025. What was her reason? She said that her home had suffered fire damage and she needed temporary housing. Sound reasonable. Anybody who wants to help. The booking was for just 30 days. With this one, if I ever go into Airbnb, the booking will be for 21 days or 20 days. You're not going to reach 30 days, because the law say if you are there for 30 days, you are now a renter. Abi, my own no go reach 30 days. It will be 20 days. In fact, 15 days. I don't even know why I'm laughing. It's not funny. But it's stupid. It's stupid. Let me continue. I need to stop laughing in case it's just annoying me. Okay, so the booking was for 30 days. Now let's pause here, because in DC, once you cross a certain occupancy timeline, things get legally spicy, okay? But Rochain wasn't thinking law textbooks. She wasn't thinking like that. She was thinking, oh, I'm helping somebody. Make your help not turn to bad. Let the help that you are trying to do not backfire in front of you. Okay? So when the stay expired, now trouble began. March 29 comes. The Airbnb stay has ended. Normal people will pack their bags Abi my people, but this one, she said, no, I know they comot for here. I'm not leaving. Oba no dey go transfer. Not only that, she allegedly refused to vacate. She blocked the homeowner from entering her own house. Then she started claiming tenancy rights. Hey, hey, hey. I wish it was Nigeria this kind of thing was happening. At this point, Rochaine is confused. She's like, this is not a lease now. No rental agreement. No landlord-tenant relationship. This is just an Airbnb thing. But in DC, the moment somebody claims residency, the police will step back and say, this is a civil matter. Translate it into Nigerian language. The police will say, madam, go and get a lawyer. So the owner of the house go think am twice, say, She said, okay, I need my house at all cost. Guess what this woman even did? Because she was desperate to get her house back, to regain access to her property, this woman went as far. That's to tell you how much she does not want problem. She went as far as offering this Romero $2,500 for her to leave, for her to go and find somewhere else. Hey, she did not give her 2,500 for rent. She said, go, carry the money and go. This same woman signed the document saying that she's not a tenant and that she has agreed to leave. Guess what? She collected the money and she did not leave. She still stayed in the house, my people. This is when Nigerians say, this one is not confusion. This is strategy. You want to do what? Now, the case went to court. Romero argued that she believed she had tenants protection. The thing, when I was listening, when I was watching the whole thing and I was following the story, I was angry. I was annoyed in my head. Like, the audacity. For Nigeria, they say that one, this Romero woman, a thief. She's a thief. The audacity for you to believe that you are a tenant, that you had tenant protection. Well, it's not her fault. Because she has stayed 30 days. And under the law, 30 days means you are now a tenant. She said she believed there was an ongoing arrangement. That she had made payments. But the court examined. They looked at the Airbnb booking. They looked at the lack of lease, the signed agreement acknowledging she wasn't a tenant. Then something else came up. Okay? This lady also had eviction history. She had history. Court records have shown that she had prior eviction cases in DC. So no be today she dey do am. She's a professional squatter, a professional property thief. At first, she denied it. But when the documents were presented, she became silent. The judge placed her under oath and warned her about perjury. Then at that point, even the courtroom air became tense. Then on December 11, 2025, the judge ruled that Romero was not a legal tenant. The signed agreement was valid. The homeowner had the right to immediate eviction. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. This lady also went ahead to say the court should seal the case. And the court rejected attempts to seal the case except for private contact information. In other words, in simple terms, madam, this is not your house. Please go. That is what the judge ruled. Now, following the ruling, Romero was evicted from this house. Her belongings were removed. I watched it live. The homeowner finally regained control to her home. But there was damage, emotional stress, legal fee, lost time, public exposure. All this because one Airbnb stay went wrong. Why did this case go viral? Because this case shook people. It exposed how tenant protection laws can be exploited in this Obodo America. How Airbnb guests can attempt to collect how Airbnb guests can attempt to collect your house, your residency. How slow and painful eviction can be, even for homeowners. And then we have the Airbnb responding by saying, if bookings or payments were made off their platform, they could not intervene. Anyway, long story short, this same woman was removed from Airbnb. So lawmakers are now reviewing rental and occupancy laws because of this case. Because this Airbnb business has now put a gray line in between rental and, all of these things. Let me be honest with you, my people. If this thing should happen, if this had happened in Nigeria, hey, by day 3, the landlord's auntie, the landlord's pastor, the landlord's lawyer, the landlord's neighborhood association, everybody will have been involved. In fact, it will have turned to jungle justice. Someone's uncle will be shouting, so you want to turn my house into your father's house? Hey, but jokes aside, before the case we even go to court, therefore, don't throw away the human property for outside. What are we talking about? This case is so annoying. However, there are lessons for us to learn in this case, okay? For homeowners, know your local tenant laws before you bring somebody inside your house. Never allow stay to drift without clear boundaries. Write the agreements. All those written agreements, they matter. Okay? And for renters, tenant right exists to protect you, not to exploit you. Short-term stays are not leases. And again, when you have an history of eviction, the law would find out. And for all of us that are watching, just remember, how do I put it? Just because something is legal doesn't mean that it is right. You go, you stay in somebody's house for 30 days. They did not take you in as they say, okay, we are just helping you because it is now 30 days. You now want to turn the person's good into bad. You'll be witch. And Jenny. How dark people's hearts can be. You want to take over somebody's house. Just because somebody is vulnerable does not mean that accountability disappears. This case wasn't just about a house. It was about power. It was about boundaries. It was about how systems can be bent or broken by human behavior. This story shocked me. If it shocks you, you are not alone. If it scared you, then good. We need to be aware because awareness is protection. And if you learned something today, please do like. Please like. I notice a lot of people watching my videos, they are not liking, but they are commenting. Like, share, and biko, subscribe. Because knowledge is power and ignorance is expensive. I repeat, knowledge is power, ignorance is expensive. If this is your first time here, my name is Femi. Please do hype this video, hype it, like, share, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.